Hey guys, Taylor here from the Well Bros. Um, I'm making this video because I want to get I want to get this off my mind because it's been stuck in my head since it happened. This happened yesterday, so it wasn't long ago. Right now, at the recording of this video, it is Monday, June 15th, 2020. And this has been stuck in my head since then, so I just wanted to sort of maybe do a video and get it out of my system. So I and a lot of other people in the world have this thing called social anxiety. And social anxiety is basically when you come in contact with a person and you freeze up, you cannot talk to them, and you just freak out. So that happened to me yesterday. It sucks because it makes everything extremely awkward, and it's not a fun time. It pretty much ruined almost my whole day. But what had happened was we went to a flea market because there's a lot of them where I live. We went to a flea market, and we're going through the flea market, and eventually we get to the section that I always go to buy certain things. Video games, old stuff, a lot of stuff that I have in my gaming setup, like a few Super Nintendo games, as well as some figures back there on my shelf are from this specific area of the place where all like the old games and old figures and stuff are. And I like to, hold stuff from the past because it's just charming to me. I don't know why. It's just something I like to do. So, speaking of that, I just bought 2 VHS tapes earlier today. I bought Return of the Jedi, and I bought Terminator 2 Judgment Day, both on VHS. I mean, I already had Terminator 1, and I wanted to get Terminator 2. They were 50 cents each, so I just grabbed them. But anyway, like I was saying, anxiety attack, or social anxiety attack, rather. So I go up to the guy that's there selling games. He's got DS games, Super Nintendo games, NES games, PlayStation games, basically every generation of game except for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. I've gotten a few games from him before, so it wasn't anything too super new. The setup was still the same. But I built up the courage to go over there because I always have trouble talking to random people that I don't know. Even though I've seen this guy before, I still have trouble. So I went up to him. He was busy with another customer, so I'm just sitting here looking around. He tells me that the better games are on that side, but they also get more expensive as they go further that side, which makes sense because the rarer they are and the better they are, the more they're going to cost. So I head down that way, and I see a game that I've been wanting for quite a while now for my collection, Super Metroid, one of the best SNES games on the SNES library. I have a poster right there of it. But I love Super Metroid. It's a great game, and I wanted it. So once he's done talking to the other customer, I ask him how much Super Metroid is. He's like, "Oh, that's a good one." I'm like, "Yep." So he's like, "I'm pretty sure I have this one priced up as $60." So he pulls it out, looks at the sticker. It's $60. He says, "But for you, I can do 50." So me, I'm like, "Okay, that price isn't that bad, but I'm also gonna have to go ask my parents." So he's like, "Yeah, go ahead, ask whoever you need to. If it's all right, I'll keep the game here until you come back." So I go and I ask my mom. I'm like, "There's this game that I really want, but it's $50. It's an original SES game. It's a really good game. It's one of the best on the whole system." And she's like, obviously, It's 50 fucking bucks. No. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, I pretty much expected that, but I kind of panicked a little bit for some reason because the guy was gonna be waiting for me, and I did probably the worst thing I could have done in that situation for both of us. He probably didn't care too much. He's still making money, but I didn't. I didn't go back over there. I didn't tell him that they said no. I just stayed away from that side of the shop for the rest of the time, and I saw him look at me from across the shop a few times, and yeah, I don't know why I just couldn't go back over there and tell him that. I mean, I don't know why it was such a problem for me to do that, but it was, so I just didn't. But that's only half of what happened that day, so that wasn't the breakdown part. That was just the, like, the intro to it. After that, my anxiety just built. It just kept building. I was getting nervous over the time that I was walking around in the flea market, and I was just getting really nervous, and I don't know why, but I needed a new DualShock controller for my PS2 because the one I got is, super old. It's got like animal bites on it. It's all like twirled up and it's taped here. And it's just really old. It still works and I can still use it, but I still wanted a new one for obvious reasons. And I told my parents that, and as we were walking around, we came across another little game setup, much smaller, maybe like the size of a bathroom, pretty small. It had controllers all lined up along a wall, games here and here, and the guy was sitting in the chair there. So I walk in, because my mom points it out to me and was like, hey, look, there's controllers, go see if they have the one you need. So I go up to the wall, and the moment that I get to the wall, I see the DualShock controller, and I look at it, and I touch it, I start examining it, and then I don't stop. I just keep looking at it, because I'm like, uh-oh, here it is again. If I have to talk to someone, I'm gonna fucking flip. So I'm looking at the controller, and she obviously her patience is running out because I'm sitting there looking at a controller for 30 seconds, and she's like, is that the one you need? And I'm like, yeah, it is. And she's like, well, then ask the guy how much it is. And I just couldn't. I could not talk to that guy, and I bet that guy thought I was a fucking lunatic or something. That is when I had my actual breakdown. I just said, I can't do that. She's like, come on, dude, you have to talk to people. And I'm like, I just can't. I can't talk to this guy. So we just left, and we were both angry. We went home after that. Well, not home. We left the flea market after that, and we were both just kind of angry. I mean, we were fine later during the day. We're not mad at each other anymore or anything. I wasn't mad at her because we didn't get the controller. I was mad for like her lack of understanding the situation that I was currently in, because I was feeling vulnerable and upset, because that's just what anxiety does. It makes you freak out whenever you're around people, and obviously in a place like a flea market there's a lot of people. So that's why I was upset with that. But yeah, we ended up leaving. Didn't get the controller, obviously. I've been thinking of those things that happened yesterday since then. and I just wanted to. No one's probably gonna watch this video. No one really cares, but it's just a vent for me to hopefully get it out of my system, so I don't think about it as much. And I know uploads have been pretty sparse recently, gaming-wise. There hasn't been any gameplays for obvious reasons, but very soon, like very, very soon, maybe even this week, we should have more Breath of the Wild out, where we're going to try to beat the game. I've done a lot of grinding off screen. I'm pretty much at end game right now. All we have to do is fight the beasts, fight Ganon, and then the game will pretty much be over. Have the Master Sword, have the Hylian Shield, have a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, after that we'll probably do Metal Gear Revengeance, because that's a game that me and Nick have been wanting to play for a little while. And if you remember, you probably don't, but back on the original Wobros channel, there was an old one before it got deleted. Me and the very first Wobros member, my friend Hayden, me and him played up to the Metal Gear Ray fight on Revengeance. And then the channel got taken down. Well, I took it down. I took it down because we hadn't uploaded in like a year and a half, and there was just no point to the channel because no one was available to record, and I didn't really want to do videos by myself because I was currently running 2 other channels, and I just didn't want to deal with that, so I took it down. Luckily, we have multiple members with this Wobros channel, being Dorian, Nick, my sister. There might be some others that I have in mind that might eventually come on if they feel comfortable. But until then, we do have multiple members doing multiple series. Like Nick, we did Sonic 06 and Breath of the Wild. Dorian, we're currently doing Transformers the game, and we're planning on playing Devil May Cry 3, I think it is. I think it was Devil May Cry 3. But yeah, thank you guys for sitting here and listening to me talk about my problems, if you did. But yeah, just know stuff will be normal, back to normal rather, pretty soon. Normal uploads, normal gameplay stuff, probably maybe some challenges, just dumb crap like we've been doing. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you're new to the channel, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, so you see all the content that comes out, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Whoa!